Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to 7 String TV and welcome to episode 2 of rating and making fun of your affiliate purchases. So the way this series works is if you want to purchase any gear, anonymously of course, you can do that through my Thoman or Sweetwater affiliate links in the description below. And in this series, I pick out random purchases. Again, I cannot see who you people are, where you live, any of that, but I can see what you bought and I can make fun of it. In the first episode, I got a couple comments saying how rude it is of me to make fun of purchases that people make in order to support me, but I'd like to make it very clear this is very lighthearted. I appreciate every single one of you who supports my endeavors, my work, by using my affiliate links. If you have any gear shopping planned anytime in the future, just click the links now, and the next time you enter TH or SW into your search bar to go gear shopping, it's just gonna use my links anyway. So let us jump right into the first purchase, a bulk purchase that sort of, to me, looks like something a 5th or 6th grade music teacher would buy. I'm not going to read every single item out loud, but we're starting off strong here with Jews Harp Antique number 12. I know what this thing is, obviously I assume you do too. To me, this has always been a jaw harp. It is very new to me to call it a Jew's harp, especially because I don't believe that Judaism has any connection to the noise. Correct me if I'm wrong. Moving on to sleigh bells, Rohima concert claves, Millennium cocoswood claves, Jiwa claves. Can you tell I have no idea what claves are? Wooden recorders, a bunch of capos, a bunch of kazoos as well. Something that quite confused me, a kazoo horn. I've never heard of the kazoo horn in my life, but I now know that I need one. An electric kazoo, a bunch of spare membranes and diaphragms for the kazoo, which is hilarious considering how little one of those things costs. A car thermometer, tuning fork, ceramic chirping bird, which I back 1000%. I think after this episode is done, I'm gonna go and buy a ceramic chirping bird of my own. A thermohygrometer, which is very important. I have one of those myself. It's very important. It doesn't keep the humidity in check, but it allows me to keep it in check by telling me what it is. A lotus flute, Irish music spoon, which is the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. I know people make music with spoons, you know, the percussion thing. The idea of just getting 2 cheap kitchen spoons and ramming them into a wooden block and selling it for $10 is kind of funny though. A Harley Benton DIY Strat kit, given that these are like the cheapest guitar of any kind that Thoman sells, these are actually kind of decent once assembled. A harmonica, another recorder, and the final boss of any fucking adult in the house if a child owns this. You see now why I said that this seems like a very, very good and very committed school teacher bought this to teach his class some music. And honestly, besides the very questionably named jaw harp over here, this is an amazing purchase. I mean, again, I don't know what a kazoo horn is. I don't know what half of this stuff is. I've never seen half of this stuff in my life. You have the automaton, you have the jaw harp, you have all of the stuff that you need to make some horrendous music. Can't forget about the fucking triangle. So this one, right off the bat, 5 out of 5 stars. Thank you for your purchase. Next. Okay, up next is an order of some Harley Benton strap locks, a Hercules Stands hanging guitar stand, a Thoman bass gig bag, a suede guitar strap, a string action gauge, something I own but have never used in my life because I just kind of go by feel when adjusting string action, and of course the same Harley Benton jazz bass copy that I also have, except in black and not natural wood. So I'm gonna assume you play guitar already and wanted to take up bass but not spend that much. I assume this because no beginner who's never owned an instrument before is gonna buy a string action gauge, or fucking security locks for that matter, or invest in a decent stand. And so since that bass is also my only bass, it's what I reach for every time I have to record a bass track, and the pickups aren't all that great. I switched out the pickups, and now it's honestly as good as any jazz bass I've ever played. The Hercules stands, not the best you can get, but pretty good anyway. They won't break. The Thoman house brand has a tendency to sort of crack under some pressure, especially the pressure of a bass this fucking heavy, because that thing is a behemoth. So I'm going to give this 4.5 stars. So I made a video over on 6 String TV, my main channel, a long time ago, like probably 2 years ago now, where I went to Bavaria and I went and visited Thomann for an afternoon. I was just kind of there hanging out, playing a bunch of guitars. I wasn't like known enough yet to actually speak to anybody at Thomann and have them like sponsor the video or anything. So it was just me wanting to go there and hang out and film it. And in the process, I played, it was either this BC Rich copy by Harley Benton or it was the Mockingbird copy, but those are both the exact same thing, just in a different shape. These are fucking incredible for the money. BC Rich used to make stuff around this price range too. Actually, maybe they still do in the US. And that stuff sucks, right? Low-end, like, cheap BC Riches are always made of agathis, the worst wood that you've ever fucking played. You could dive bomb those guitars by bending the neck and the body. It is horrible, horrible wood. These guitars actually decent. The weakest part, of course, are the pickups, but that's also the easiest thing to switch out for, you know, it doesn't even have to be Seymour Duncans. It can just be anything better than these. And even if you don't do that, you have a super, super solid entry-level guitar on your hands here. No tremolo, it's a Tune-o-matic, super good. I give this a 5 out of 5. For the money, there's not much better stuff on the market, honestly. I believe we've now moved on to purchase number 4, and it is time for the Oasis Grip Strip Large, another Thomann kazoo, of course, why not? Some patch cables, a Thomann branded egg shaker, one of the cheapest ukes that Harley Benton offers, a Minotaur guitar strap padded BK, and an Electro Harmonix Pico platform compressor. I think I commented on a similar ukulele to this one in the first episode. Somebody else bought like a very cheap Harley Benton ukulele. I tried those when I was at Thomann. They are all right for the money. It's 30 bucks. Like for 30 euro, you can't get a better ukulele than this because there is not all that much you can manufacture and still make a profit selling it for 30 bucks. Egg shaker and kazoo, of course, fucking bonus points. Bonus points as well for not going for the shitty Harley Benton patch cables. I have no problem with Harley Benton in general, but their patch cables have always disappointed me in the past, and Ernie Ball patch cables that actually cost some money and therefore are actually made of something that isn't garbage, those will serve you well. They won't noise up your signal chain. Guitar strap, cool, and a compressor slash limiter by Electro Harmonix. Can't go wrong with that. I give this one 5 out of 5 as well. I gotta look for a shittier purchase, man. I just opened like a random one. This one was me. I bought that for my 7 strings. A Harley Benton Fusion 3 HSS and a Boss OD3 overdrive. I'm not the biggest fan in the world of Boss pedals in general because while like I'm not a pedal collector or anything. I know the shelf full of pedals on the wall back there says different. I'm not like JHS. And the thing is with Boss pedals, obviously they pioneered the guitar pedal market and all of that. But Boss pedals these days, now that we have so many boutique pedal builders, so many non-boutique pedal builders who make such unique shit anyway, Boss is like the blueprint of this is that effect. Like this is an overdrive, this is a chorus, this is a reverb, but they're all very boring versions of what could be a much more exciting pedal. I mean, it's like if you bought like orange juice at the store and it was just a bottle that said orange juice on it with Sharpie. It's gonna be orange juice, it's gonna be fine, you're gonna get your vitamin C, but it's not gonna be as cool. You know what I mean? Like there's just stuff for the same money, maybe a little bit more money, that is a lot more fun than Boss pedals, but that doesn't make them bad, it just makes them the very baseline of what you can have for an effect, and that's still cool. Harley Benton Fusion 3, amazing instruments, dude. Like honestly, for the money, these are awesome, and I don't know why I don't own one yet. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I don't know, the OD3 doesn't speak to me as much as I thought it would. Dunlop Gator Grip Jazz 3, Ibanez Tube Screamer Mini. I have one of those on my pedal. That's one of my main overdrive pedals that I use all the time. A Harley Benton CPT-20 tuner pedal. Harley Benton patch cables. Harley Benton other cables. A Harley Benton power plant. Harley Benton Spaceship, and an M Audio expression pedal. I've mentioned previously that my Harley Benton power plant power supply just kind of died on me. If you haven't seen the first episode, go watch that. I'm not going to go into that any further because I did go into detail in the last episode. I'm not going to do that every time someone buys one of these power supplies. It's not as good as other power supplies that cost the same amount of money. The Harley Benton Spaceship, that is a great pedal board. I am not using it right now, but I do have one. It's in my secondary studio, just kind of in storage, and I love that thing. This is just an expression pedal that it can be attached to like a quad cortex or something, I assume. That's cool, that's fine. Harley Benton patch cable. Nope. Nope. Straight to jail for that, man. Just invest. You're gonna buy these twice. Like, you're gonna buy them 3 times. They're gonna break, and you're gonna go, oh, but I don't want to invest in the good ones by Roland or by, like, Ernie Ball. So you're gonna go, oh, I'll just buy them again. Maybe these ones will last. They'll break again. You'll buy them again. It's a fucking vicious cycle, at the end of which you'll have spent more than you would have spent on a decent set of fucking patch cables in the first place. Dunlop Gator Grip Jazz 3. I'm not the biggest fan of Jazz 3 picks, but the Gator Grip ones I do have somewhat of a weak spot for because I like Jazz picks. I have a tendency to drop them. You won't drop these. Tube Screamer Mini by itself is a 10 out of 10. I can't speak to the quality of the Harley Benton Chromatic tuner pedal, but it's a tuner pedal. It's 16 bucks. That's probably alright. You can get a clip-on tuner that's very accurate for like 3 on AliExpress. So in summary, good, very good, I'm not sure, very bad, probably also not that great, not the best you can get, sort of the best you can get, neutral. I would say this averages out to about a 2.6 out of 5. Ooh, another person for me to insult. You bought a Marshall MG 30-watt combo amp and a guitar cable by the Snake. I have a lot of problems with the Marshall MG series, most of which can be summed up into they sound bad. All of it sounds bad, right? The small combos, the medium combos, the big heads, the small heads, they all sound like shit. They don't sound like a Marshall should. I'm ashamed on Marshall's behalf that they would put their name on a product line like this. You can get a better amp for this money. You can get one of those, the little Yamaha things, you know, like the tiny little combos that look like they're just a lunchbox head, but there's actually speakers in it. You can't mic those up or anything, but you're not micing this up either because this sounds like shit. Also, in my time playing guitar, I've gone through about 7 of those Snake cables alone. Also bad, those are on the list along with the Harley Benton patch cables of cables you should not buy because they are cheap and garbage. So before I give this my final rating, I'd like to say thank you again for purchasing it through my affiliate links. Whether or not it's actually fucking good gear, you gave me some money by doing this, and that is incredible. Thank you. Mwah. 1 out of 5. I'm sorry, this is a bad setup. And last but not least, the final purchase to close out episode 2, Ibanez RGD 751 PBDSF, because of course that's what it's called. It's an Ibanez hardtail 7-string. Look at that finish. That is gorgeous. That's fucking nice. That is, honestly, I'm gonna assume this has Ibanez in-house pickups in it. But also, how much did it cost? I mean, I assume this has like Ibanez in-house pickups in it, but I mean, it's also, it's $7.99. That's perfectly fine. Also, Ibanez in-house pickups have a tendency to be very alright. I am sort of bummed out that this does not have an ebony fretboard. This should have an ebony fretboard. This looks like roasted maple, but that's semantics. I'm sure this thing still plays great, sounds very good, and boy does it look gorgeous, and looks are 75% of playing guitar. And of course we had to round out this episode with a 7-string because we are on 7-string TV. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everyone who participates in this. If you want to support my endeavors and anonymously take part in this series, or at least have a chance to, description and pinned comment for the affiliate links, Thoman and Sweetwater. I sadly can't actually see what you guys are buying through Sweetwater, so really Thoman only, but if you want to support me anyway, you can still buy through Sweetwater. Thank you so much. I'll see you around.